And we are live. Actually, a minute early tonight. It's a miracle right out of the gate because usually this is 6:10 and we're getting going. But week 3 college football, week 2 NFL football. Mr. Kirkpatrick, I want you going to introduce the panel tonight.
Well, you got the guy in red there, and he can wear the red all he wants. He's got the right to wear red until that team loses, which will probably be in 10 years.
Well,
and
I'll
that's
tell you
Mr.
this, Kenny.
Siciliano.
He's gonna listen. The guy in red's gonna do a lot of sweating on Saturday. That's
I'm
all
not
I'm gonna
talking
say.
Santa Claus. I'm
Nah.
not talking Santa Claus. I'm talking Mr. Siciliano's
That's all
with us
I'm
tonight.
saying.
How are you
First
doing,
of all, the shirt I have on is for the show. It's the K and K show.
There
How
you
you
go.
doing?
Second of all, there'll be absolutely no sweating on Saturday.
Well, hey, sis, I gotta interrupt you for 1 second, sis, because at least you have the shirt to wear. Carson still doesn't have the shirt. Can you
No
imagine that?
way.
Still don't have it.
Still
No
don't have it.
way. Oh my God, I don't believe that.
Well, we got to get Paul's shirt too.
Paul's
Thank
gonna
you.
get it before
Oh,
Carson.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna get it before Carson.
I'll send it to you, Carson.
There you go. Thanks, Paul.
Carson, when's your
Let's go
birthday?
3
Carson?
hours with stuff we owe people. We still owe Paul his Sports Illustrated.
Hey, that's a
Carson,
move.
Carson, when's your birthday, Carson?
June 25th.
That's when maybe you'll get it.
Maybe.
There you go. I'm lucky.
Eddie Murphy's checking in with us, guys. He's saying hello.
What's up, Eddie? See, yeah, we got Santa's little helper, Mr. Sis, with us. We
Okay.
got Carson Shear, the one and only from Michigan. Carson, how you doing?
What's up, guys? How we doing? Ready to talk some football? Looking forward to it. Let's go.
And you had a
Attaboy.
nice little stream. I was watching your stream yesterday. For those who don't know, can you please let us know where we can find you other than Wits and Wagers on Thursdays?
Yeah, if you guys like casino content, roulette, blackjack, slots, the whole 9 yards, you can find me on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 8:30 Eastern time for live streams, and for highlight videos Tuesdays and Thursdays. Take a time on YouTube, and that's where you can find me over there.
And our PR man, not public relations, Mr. Paul Rosen is back with us, and he's going to be our regular Giants segment guy on Wednesday nights, and I look forward to that each and every week. Paul, how you doing this evening?
Good evening, gentlemen.
And the other reason Paul is on this evening with us, he is going to be our NFL guest picker tonight. I got the standings from last week. We all didn't do too well last week, but that was the first week. Our good friend Marty Joins from Intercept Your Lunch was week 1's guest picker. I got the standings later on, and we'll get rolling with that. And Mr. Valenti, how are you?
I'm good. Mr. Paul Rosen got a comment right out of the gate from Luby Rosen. Hi, I still have my hopes up. Go Giants. So
Let's go. And I lost the bet all year last week, and I made a bet off the air with Kurt. We didn't do it on air. I forgot that if the Giants lost to the Broncos, I would wear Bronco colors. I don't have any Bronco jerseys, but I got a navy blue with orange writing, thanks to Coach Breslin, DMK Apparel, a K&K coach's style shirt there in the Bronco colors.
guys, Amari's saying what's up.
Mari,
Up Amari.
and
Evening,
we'll get into our highs and lows. I got a little highlight reel to go, but we got college and NFL tonight, right, Kurt? We're gonna do some wagers.
Yes, we do. I'm going to start right out of the gate.
Nope. I'm gonna start at the gate with this is our weekly thing now.
Oh, yeah,
Paul,
I
did this
forgot.
last week. So you will be on next week's show. Even if you're not live. I have highlights in the comments and our commentary to the college and NFL games. So last week's comments, Sis right out of the gate, because he's in the lead. Our standings, by the way, for college, Sis, you're in the lead, 13-9. You had a down week, 3-4 last week, but you're still in first place. Kurt, you're clear in second, 12-10. You had a 5-2 record last week. Carson and I are 11-11. Carson, you were 4-3.
Okay.
I was 5-2. So Sis's first comment last week was, "Come and get the kid." We're close, Sis. We're close.
There ain't nobody touching me and Kurt when it comes to college.
My comment towards the Oregon game: certain teams were napping, and Oregon was one of them. I'm taking Oregon. Oregon outright beat Ohio State. Carson, I'm getting on a. I got a roll with Coach Breslin's Rutgers. They scored 61 against Temple. They barely covered, but they covered against Syracuse. Nice. Pick.
Guys, Kenny, real quick, Matt Staffiero, great friend from the Rocky Mountain Sports Report. Check him out. How's it going? And Sis, your buddy, our buddy, Tony Sanchez. How we doing, gentlemen?
There he
What's
is.
up, Matt? What's up, Tony? How we all doing? I got a few more.
Tony.
I got a few more highlights. Sis said, Carson, what are you growing, a goatee? Sis came right back and said, you look like Matt Damien.
He
Who's
does.
Matt Damien? I think he meant Matt Damon, but he said Matt Damien.
Well, he had Johnny Damien on his mind.
Kurt, you don't believe in A&M? I'm jumping all over to 16.5 points. They almost beat Colorado. Good pick there.
Yep.
Myself and Carson won the Iowa State bet that we had, Iowa State and Iowa. Kurt, you said Iowa State is a different animal at home. Well, Iowa still took care of them. And Kurt, Carson, and I are owed crumb cake. Paul, you've had crumb cake, right?
Oh, yeah.
Carson's never had it, so he's in for a treat from Colonial Bakery. Got to plug them. Colonial Bakery in Lavallette, New Jersey.
Sweet.
Then a couple more I got. Carson, I hate this game, and I hate Michigan. I'm a Spartan. I hate saying this, but Michigan's going to beat Washington. Sis, Woodshed, Utah. You were wrong with that red team, my friend. BYU ended up pulling the upset.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
No, I know. Kurt, these games are always close. BYU outright upset. Kurt's got his blue on. Blue prevailed in that game. And then my last comment for the college, and I got more for NFL. Stanford head coach going to have team ready to beat USC, and they did beat USC. So
Then they fired the coach.
And then they.
there's most of our highs and some of our lows from week one. There's more lows in NFL coming up. So.
Okay, real quick. I'm gonna do a rapid fire with you four guys. Mark Calderio saying easy, Kenny, about Michigan. Leave Michigan alone. Michigan could be a playoff team potentially. I know Carson doesn't want to hear that, but our good friend.
Attaboy, Mark. Get him, Mark.
They got a long way to go for that one.
A long way. Our good friend Henry Zimanoff is asking a question. Yes or no, real quick. Actually, it's not yes or no. It's either going to be real or ridiculous. I'm going to start with Sis. So say yes or no. The Giants should trade Evan Ingram by mid-season. Yes or no?
Tonight.
That's a yes. Kenny. I'm gonna say no because you got to give. I think.
It's yes or no.
Yes
It's
or
yes
no.
or no. It's yes
no,
or
you're
no.
not trading him. The kid's gonna have a year when he comes back.
Paul.
I said last week he was going to be my sleeper guy, so the answer is no.
Carson.
No.
I'm going to go no, too. Even though, like he's saying, Sis says the guy can't catch a cold, but, hey, what are you going to get for him? That's the thing. What are you going to get for him? All right, so let's do this. Let's get right into, and I'm going to start, Eddie Murphy saying Evan Ingram opens up the field too much to trade him. Let's start with college football, and we're going to start with Kenny because this is Kenny's darlings. Kenny's darlings this week actually have finally a big game, somewhat of a big game. His Cincinnati Bearcats are going to Indiana. So, Kenny, you got the floor. Your Cincinnati Bearcats are 3.5-point favorites over Indiana. Where are you going?
I'm going to go Cincinnati. I'm going to go with my darlings, but I'm going to go with my darlings because I did not like what I saw from the quarterback Penix from Indiana. He came over, he's another one coming off a big injury. And, hats off to Iowa. They're for real. They're ranked number 5, but I think Cincinnati's got a defense too tough for Indiana. I'm going to roll with Cincinnati by 7.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cincinnati here as well. You heard Joey Clamps praise them a few weeks ago, and I think they're just going to roll over Indiana. They're going to shock a lot of people. They're one of the better teams in the American Conference. I think the line is 3.5. I would take the line all day with Cincinnati over 3.5 for sure.
All right, I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I'll give Kenny's boys a chance against, a real opponent this week, and we'll see what happens. Amari saying Cincy. Sis.
Sweet Cincinnati.
And Mr. Rosen, our guest picker.
Yeah, it's consensus. I gave Cincinnati some love last week with you guys, and I think they're going to go in there and win. And I think in a couple of weeks when they play Notre Dame, it's going to set up the way Notre Dame's playing. It's going to set them up for an amazing game, and they go into South Bend. So, yeah, Cincinnati on Saturday.
Okay, Matt Staffriero saying Cincy by double digits. Next game. Early game Saturday. Virginia Tech, off of a nice little upset versus North Carolina, travels to West Virginia. West Virginia is a 2.5-point favorite, Carson.
Yeah, this is a shocker. I can't believe West Virginia's favorite. I get that they're home, but Virginia Tech has had a couple big wins. You just mentioned they beat North Carolina early in the year. I think this is an easy pick for Virginia Tech. I mean, you 2.5 on the spread and money line. You're gonna do okay as well. So I got Virginia Tech.
Sis.
North Carolina.
No. It's Virginia Tech, West Virginia.
Oh, my bad. West Virginia at home.
Sis, I got to agree with you, sis. I'm gonna go.
Yep.
I'm gonna go
Yep.
at home too. Again, those quarterbacks on the road scare me. So I'm gonna take West Virginia at home. Paul.
I'm going to take the points and take Tech on the road.
And Mr. Kirkpatrick.
The K&K boys are agreeing from. This might be an actual first that the three of us all agreed on something. I'm going to go West Virginia. I think this is a game the odds makers want you to take Virginia Tech. From beginning of the season, Virginia Tech wasn't supposed to be that good. They got great victory against North Carolina. They came back last week and won. But I think the Cinderella run ends here. I think the Mountaineers are going to have a little too much for them. I'm going to take West Virginia at home.
All right. Amari saying Virginia Tech. Our next game has a little to Mr. Carson Shear's heart. Eddie's saying I put your face up before you even answered. I did. I mistakenly put you up, but it was okay. It was the same team. So we're going to go Michigan State at Miami. And Miami is a 6.5-point favorite. And I'm going to start, Carson, because I owe you an apology because I was hard on your boys week 1 with Northwestern. But you know what? Fool me once, you're not fooling me twice. Mark Calderio just said Michigan State. Not only, Carson, are they going to cover the 6.5, Miami is a mess. They almost lost to App State. Amari's taking the U. I'm with Eddie Murphy and Mark. Outright upset, Carson. You'll be dancing. Michigan State beats Miami.
Here we go, Kurt. Let's go.
Sis.
Carson will be dancing in the street for sure.
All right,
Michigan
sis.
State.
Attaboy.
Kenny.
Carson, sorry to say this, but I'm going to be dancing in the street. We're
Oh,
not
no.
going to cover. I'm going to take Michigan State with the points.
Okay.
But Miami's going to pull up a field goal game here. So give me the
All right.
points with Michigan State.
Okay. Paul.
Carson, we just met, but you're going to love me because I'm going with your boys from Michigan State.
All right, Paul. Let's go, buddy.
And-
Kurt, real quick, 30 seconds, not even. I noticed this on the high school sports show, the All In on High School Sports. I got to ask Carson. Pope John Lions or the DePaul Catholic Spartans? Who's going to win?
Oh, no,
Friday night?
man. It's funny when you said Lions. I don't know anything about the high schools. When you said Lions, I got to go with Lions.
John,
Then you
they're
said
both-
Spartans.
they're
I'm like,
both
okay, wait a
private
minute. Spartans,
schools.
Lions, Spartans. Spartans are better than the Lions. I'm going to go with the Spartans in that one.
That a boy.
Smart.
That's a good pick. They're undefeated.
That's a great pick.
One of the
Okay.
top teams in the school in the state. That's a great pick.
Nice. Sweet.
And Mr. Carson, I mean, I hope everyone's going your team, Carson. You can't go against them, can you?
Oh, no way in hell. I mean, last year was kind of a disaster. New coach, Mel Tucker, only Big Ten schedule. I don't know what to expect coming out of the gate. And then first play from the season, Kenneth Walker is an absolute stud, transfer from Wake Forest. I love the receiver core with Jalen Naylor, Jaden Reed. You got Xavier Henderson with the safety position, great coaching staff. I think, I'm rolling with the Spartans here. I love what I see. And I think if we can get past Miami, not the sky's the limit, the moon's the limit, because this team could go very, very far. Spartans all the way. I think it's going to be a close game at the half, but I think Sparty's going to pull away towards like third, fourth quarter. It should be a good one, though. I think Peyton Thorne is proving his value as well of why he won the starting job. It should be a good game.
Eddie Murphy's throwing a little shade at you, Carson. Carson needs at least one Michigan team to win something. LOL. That's okay for now. That's okay. Hey,
yeah.
Carson, let me ask you this: are you going to feel a good part of yourself when the Rams and Matthew Stafford win the Super Bowl this year? You're going to feel
when Stafford threw that 75-yard bomb, I was running around my house. It was amazing, and I've never been more happy for him. This is the one guy I've never rooted for more in my entire life. I hope he goes very far. They're my Super Bowl pick this year. I just loved. I mean, Stafford never wore an arm sleeve. He's rocking an arm sleeve. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. He never wore a sleeve when he was in Detroit. He did the swagger's back. He's very, very comfortable. I couldn't be happy for him.
And Paul,
hey, Carson.
I'm waiting because Carson, a lot of his predictions are fact with his Lions, and he said we're going to love Kenny Galladay, so I'm waiting for that breakout.
I'm waiting.
Huge game tonight. You watch Kenny Galladay. Huge game for the Giants tonight.
I hope you're right. Hey, Carson, I heard Matt Stafford has 2 wives. Is that
You know what? It's funny that you said that, Paul, because when they showed the camera, I'm like, that's not his wife. And then the commercial break happened, and they show Kelly, his real wife. I'm like, I don't know who was the.
That's his guma.
Like, that's not his wife.
That's
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because that was weird that they did that. But
And now the whole country knows it, sis.
Right.
Now the whole country knows it. Henry's saying maybe half the Big Ten teams could pull off the win starting tonight and the day after, except for Minnesota, because Colorado can put the college football playoff on notice if they pull off the blowout wins in 2 days. I'm telling you, Colorado. I called it last week,
Yeah.
Kenny. Didn't I call it? They should have beat A&M. They should have beat A&M.
That was a tough loss for them.
All right, so another team that shoulda, coulda, woulda, but is 2-0, or the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They host the Purdue Boilermakers, and I'm going to start with Sis on this. Notre Dame is a 7.5-point favorite. They got lucky versus Florida State. They almost blew it versus Toledo. Do they blow it versus Purdue, Sis, or do they cover the 7.5?
Purdue always gives them a headache. I'm going with Purdue and the points, but Purdue outright.
Woo!
Wow.
Paul. Paul, what do you think?
Well, Paul's
guys
a Notre
know
Dame fan. We should let him go last, technically, here.
No, it's
Paul's a
okay.
Notre Dame fan, Kurt.
Yeah, no, that's all
Let
right.
him go last.
All right.
Okay, I'll let it go. Okay, I'll go last. Carson.
Yeah, Notre Dame, I don't know why they're in the top 15. I think they're an overrated team. And like we saw, they almost lost to Florida State. They barely got by Toledo. I still think they beat Purdue. The next week is going to be the really first test at Wisconsin. I think they cover and barely win against Purdue, but it's going to catch up to them when they get to Wisconsin. I'm going Notre Dame over Purdue here.
Okay. Carson, I'm with you. I think, I'm going to be honest, I just changed my mind because I read Eddie Murphy's comment. I think Irish put it all together for this game, and I was going to go Purdue with Sis, but you know what? I just like you guys said, next week, Wisconsin, they better be ready for that game because that's at Wisconsin, I think, and that could be a different animal. They're not going to play like they played the last 2 games and win, so I think they are going to have a good game this week. I think it'll be close, 7-point game, get to 10, 14. So I will take them to cover. I'll go 10-point win, but it'll be close. But I think Notre Dame gets the job done. Kenny.
I'm going to say Purdue covers the spread, but Notre Dame wins. But I'm also going to shout out our good friend Charlie Limo. His son's the backup quarterback over there. But what is Charlie doing? Because Charlie is one of the biggest diehard Notre Dame fans you'll ever meet in your life. And now his son is playing against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I didn't
Oh,
think of
wow.
that. I didn't think of that.
That's-
Knowing Charlie, he'll be rooting for Notre Dame now. He's going to be rooting for Purdue. But, hopefully Purdue can cover the spread. Hopefully it can be a competitive game. It usually is, like Sis said, interstate rival. Only a few miles away, and I think Purdue will cover the spread, but Notre Dame will win by about 6, Kurt.
All right. And Paul.
Well, as you guys know, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. But that being said, when they play Purdue, this is usually Purdue's bowl game. They get up for Notre Dame, probably better than any other team. And I think it'll be close. I wrote down in my notes, it'll be close. I think they'll cover, but it's going to definitely be a close competitive game. And Notre Dame will win.
All right. The next one is 3:30, and I will get all the chores done before 3:30. But the main event is 7:30 with my Auburn Tigers. But at 3:30 for the appetizers, I got Mr. Siciliano's Alabama Crimson Tide going down to the Swamp, and Alabama is a 14.5-point favorite. Sis will go last on this one. I'm going to start it with Kenny.
I talked to Sis earlier today, and you're going to be shocked at my pick, but I made this statement to Sis, and I said, I think it's going to be close in the first half. And then Saban's going to have one of those speeches at halftime, and Alabama's just going to come out like the Alabama we've seen for the past 5 years. And that being said, I think the score is going to be like a 38-20 type game. I'm going to take Alabama covering the 15 or 15 and a half, whatever you said it was.
All right. Carson.
Yeah, I'm back and forth with this game a lot. I think Florida's legit. The problem is, though, is you're dealing with Alabama and Nick Saban. Looked it up with the record and the history. Alabama's won the last 7 meetings against Florida, and I think it's going to be 8. Sis is going to be happy. I got to go with Alabama. I do think Florida, though, covers the spread, but I'm going to go Alabama win the winner here.
All right.
Atta boy, Carson.
I will go. I'll go before Paul, and then obviously Sis. You're not going on a neutral field to play Miami. You're not playing Mercer. You're going into Paul can tell you, he's there from there. You're going into a bad atmosphere over there, and a bad atmosphere for Bama. Because you're going to
Be careful. Be careful.
You're going to see people doing this.
Friendship could end tonight.
Right?
Be careful.
You're going to see Tim Tebow on the sideline. You're going to see, Emmitt Smith
nothing.
popping up. The home
Means
field.
nothing.
I'm going to tell you.
Earlier, the whole 9 yards, right, Kurt?
I'm
Coach
going to
Spurrier
tell you
will
the
be
text.
Nothing.
The text I'm going to get about 3:30, about 6:30 is, this is shocking. They're done.
Yeah, okay.
Alabama
Your
will
sister.
be down by 4.
Your
Alabama will
sister.
be down.
You don't have a sister, but your sister.
I have 2 sisters. Alabama is down by 4. Bryce Young rallies them back, and and Alabama escapes.
Now he's going back to Bama.
I'm going back to Bama, but
Okay.
14.5 points with Florida at home? No way. Give me 14.5 all day.
Yeah.
Florida's going to lead 75% of this game, and Alabama's going to steal it late, but 14.5 points with Florida. Paul.
Tim Tebow isn't playing. Kadarius Toney isn't playing.
Atta boy.
Kyle Pitts isn't playing. Alabama's going to go in there and show them who's boss of the swamp, and they're going to
Atta
come
boy.
over
Atta boy.
case closed.
And Mr.
Thank you.
Siciliano.
You'll see why they are, and they still will be, in the coming weeks, the #1 team in the country. That's all I got to say.
So it's an easy blowout late of 14.5?
No, I didn't say anything. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say anything about a blowout. I said you'll see why, in weeks to come after Saturday, they're the number one team in the country. Nobody's touching my boys.
I'll get to that in a second. Eddie's saying Kurt would give a kidney to see Bama lose. No, not necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe one game later on in the year, but not right now.
Not against Auburn.
We'll get
That
into
ain't
that in a
happening.
second. All right, the next game, we'll start with Carson. Utah is an 8.5-point favorite at San Diego State.
I'm going to go Utah here on the road. Utah's a good, solid team. I think they cover both ways. I'm going to go Utah win, and they cover the spread as well.
All right, I'm gonna take the points. I was shocked how Utah got beat up pretty decently against BYU. So I'm gonna take San Diego State and the 8.5. Kenny.
With you, Kurt, because every time I pick Utah, they burn me, and I picked them last week, and they burned me. So I'm gonna take San Diego State, and that's the only reason I'm taking San Diego State.
Paul.
I'm going to take Utah. I think they're going to go out there and show that they are a good team, and so I'm going to take Utah.
And Sis.
Utah had a letdown last week. You'll see the real Utah team this week.
Okay, very good. Now we get to the big matchup. Not the Alabama, Florida. We get the undefeated Auburn Tigers, 7:30 at night, going into a whiteout, right, Carson? The whiteout's coming on Saturday night.
Yeah, that is ugly for you.
Everybody's in white. Everybody's doubting Auburn. I'll start with you. You're the Big Ten guy. What's going to happen Saturday night?
Yeah, Marty, the Penn State guy, he filled me in, and all of us that it is the whiteout game. Penn State doesn't lose too many whiteout games. It's one of the toughest games of the entire year, especially at that stadium. I think it's going to be close. Unfortunately, though, I'm going to have to roll with Penn State. They shocked me. They had a crazy, weird season last year, but they've proven themselves with wins over Wisconsin. Obviously, they blew up Ball State. I think they're gonna. What's the line on this?
5.5. Penn State.
Yeah. I think they cover. I could easily see like a 30-20 game or something like that in that neighborhood. So I'm going to go Penn State. Sorry,
Omari's going Auburn. Mark's saying Penn State. Paul.
Kurt, you'll love what I'm about to say. I think not only will Auburn win, they'll win without the points, outright win, and I think they're going to go in there and prove once again the conference is the best conference in the country.
Sis.
That's a tough place to play, especially at night. You got two great teams playing, and I'm going to say Penn State by a field goal.
So you would take Auburn and the points.
Yes, for sure.
Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Up until about an hour ago, I was all on this one team. Now I switched my mind about an hour ago. And that team I was going with was Penn State because of the whiteout. But I think Penn State's blowing it here. Why have your whiteout game against an SEC opponent? Are you going to be that? Yeah, the fans are going to be wound up, but wouldn't it be more exciting of a whiteout game if it was against one of your rivals in the Big Ten? That's how I look at it. I'm going to go with the shocker. Like Paul said, I think Auburn's going to pull off the shocker, and I just changed my mind about an hour ago with that pick. I think Auburn wins like a 24-21 type of ball game.
All right.
Makes Mr. Valenti happy until they go play Alabama.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, that is music to my ears. I'm just going to say this, sis. After you squeak by and you sweat out your victory, put on Channel 7 and watch the team that is going to beat you in late November. They have the best.
No shot. No shot.
They have the best
shot.
running back in the country in Tank Bigsby. This
Yeah.
freshman, they have a freshman Hunter, is unbelievable too.
He
They
didn't
run-
look too hot Saturday.
Listen, they're saving him Saturday. They're saving him for
Yeah,
this week.
okay.
We're gonna pound the rock on the road. The whiteout definitely scares me because sis, I'm a home person, and the whiteout
Yeah.
definitely scares me. But I'm telling you, Auburn's coming in there. Bo Nix will just make a couple plays, but we are gonna pull the Giant. We're gonna be like the Giants in the '90s Super Bowl. Run the rock, run the rock, run the rock. And we're just going to rock. Intercept your lunch, Marty, saying Penn State guys. Do I have to tell you again? You're not playing Wisconsin this week. You're not playing those teams. You're going to line up, and Bigsby's going to come at you 30, 35 times, and Auburn is going to beat them, and I'm calling it now. They will beat Alabama. Book it.
Yeah.
Book it.
Wow.
Good luck.
Got that, Kenny?
Take it,
Good
Kenny.
luck.
I heard it.
Take it now. At Auburn, Iron Bowl. Bo Nix did it once his freshman year.
He thinks
He's
this
gonna
is 3
do it
years
again.
ago when he got lucky.
At least you're home, Kurt.
Again, my take on it real quick is why would you not? Now just look at their home schedule. Save your whiteout for when you play Michigan. Why have it now against Auburn? You're blowing it, guys. You're blowing it. Auburn's going to pull off the upset.
Yep.
Next.
Next game.
Next
Hoops
game.
is UVA at North Carolina. UVA is a 8.5 point underdog, sis.
Should be more. North Carolina is a different animal at home. I'll go North Carolina.
I echo that with you, sis. I can't stand them on the road because I have no faith in them. But at home, I do agree with you. It'll be a high scoring game, but I'm going to go with you,
Yep.
Carson.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Jenny. I'm going to have to go with North Carolina. I think Sam Howell is going to have a big game. He's projected top 5 quarterback in this upcoming draft. And yeah, I'm going to go big UNC here.
And we'll go Paul.
Also going with North Carolina. I think they've got to prove that they're not a one-year fluke, and I think they want to come out against a good Virginia team and beat them. So they'll cover at home.
And Kenny.
Oops. If you don't have the TV, if you don't have the show on mute, you may want to do it now. But I will tell you this. I'll come back and pick your high school West Essex on Tuesday in our high school picks. But this is going to be, as Sis would say, a woodshed. 35-14 type of game. Sam Howell, as he played a couple weeks ago, he's home now, and Mac Brown. Clemson has a loss. They got they got Miami right there. They got to take over the conference, and they still got a shot at it. So this is a big game, and they're going to make a statement this week. Woodshed, as Sis would say.
All right, sis, Kenny, I'm going to come right back to you. Our last game for college, Arizona State at BYU. Arizona State is a 3.5 point favorite.
I
Kenny.
love Arizona State, but I'm going to say BYU covers the spread. They've been covering each game. They're 2-0. I think Kurt got frozen there.
I'm good. I'm frozen.
Yeah, but you're still on the audio. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to BYU, Kurt. BYU, the outright upset.
All right, I'm with you. I'm going to take BYU also. Outright upset. 2 in a row for me with BYU. Sis.
I have one word. Herm Edwards.
Yep.
He's a great coach.
Okay.
And our Giants linebacker, Antonio Pierce, is running the defense there, Sis.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So I'm sorry. So you're going Arizona State, sis.
Yes, sir.
All right. Paul.
Same thing with me. I first thought of Herman, and I said I'm going to go with Arizona State.
And Carson.
Yeah, echoing the words of Paul and Sis, Herm Edwards, Arizona State. They blew off their first 2 opponents. I'm not a big believer in BYU. I'm going to go Arizona State here.
Atta
right.
boy, Carson.
So Kenny, that is our college board for the week.
Awesome.
Hey, Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Can I throw in one game?
Sure.
This year, on Saturday, Nebraska is playing Oklahoma. And some of us might remember this, but 50 years ago was the game of the century between Nebraska, who was number 1, and Oklahoma, who was number 2, and they played what they call the game of the century. Obviously, Saturday will not be the game of the century, but they met that year. I think it was around Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving weekend. And Nebraska, as I said, was number 1. Oklahoma was number 2 50 years ago this year. And Nebraska scored a last minute touchdown and wound up beating Oklahoma 35-31. And they called it the game of the century. So I just wanted to bring that up as sort of a historic.
Let's pick that game. I think the spread's 22. We'll go with 22 as the spread, Kurt. Go ahead. You started off.
I'm going to take Oklahoma just because they're home. I think Nebraska's a mess. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, but I will take you're saying it's 22, Kenny? Let me get the official number.
We'll go with 22, yeah.
22 and a half.
22 and a half. I'll give the 22 and a half. Oklahoma.
I'll take Nebraska, but barely squeaking by with a backdoor cover. Nebraska's going to put up 42, and Oklahoma's going to put up 42, and Nebraska will put up like 21-24. So barely getting the cover late.
Amari saying Oklahoma, sis.
You can give him 32. There's no Johnny Rogers on that team.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm all over this game. Take the 22 and a half with Nebraska. One of my best bets of the week. Oklahoma, you saw what they did with Tulane, nearly lost. That defense, I do not believe in. They give up a lot of points. Yeah, they shut out their, I don't even know what the name of the school was, but Nebraska, Big 10 versus Big 12. Nebraska's going to put up a fight. 22 and a half, I easily Nebraska with the points. No question.
Paul, wrap it up for us.
Yeah, and I'll take Nebraska with the points. I agree with Carson.
All right,
Awesome.
So that is our college board for the week.
All right, I'm going to segue into our NFL. While you get our NFL board ready, Kurt, I'm going to give us the highs, give everybody the highs and lows of last week. Records. I am in the lead with a whopping 500, 8-8. Carson, Kurt, Sis, and Marty, our guest picker last week, 7-9. So, Paul, you'll be playing as the guest picker tonight. Everybody's right there. We all had a pretty bad week, but it's expected. Week 1 in the NFL.
Bar is pretty low then.
Kurt, after we do NFL, we'll do our best bets, or our best bets in underdog, either college or NFL, whatever we got.
Okay.
Our special bets. We forgot about that. All right, so our highs and lows. Kurt, Thursday night game, Cowboys-Buccaneers. I don't care if Cowboys defense gives up 800 yards. Dak put up 48 points. Cowboys, you're dummies for paying Dak. Myself, I said over-under on Jerry Jones being shown in the press box was 5.5. Sis, Hurts is a player. I'll take the Eagles. What does Atlanta have? Good pick there, Sis. You were the only one out of the 5 of us that took Atlanta. Carson, Steelers.
That took Philadelphia, not Atlanta.
I mean, you took Philadelphia. The only one that took
you.
Philadelphia. The rest of us took Atlanta. My bad. Steelers defense. I think Big Ben still has it. Steelers money line. Steelers pulled off the upset. Sis, Kenny, you're a fraud because I picked the Steelers over the Bills. He called me a fraud. But then I came right back and said Bengals upset Minnesota. And Sis, you said I'll take Minnesota laying 17.
Very good pick. Very good.
Kurt,
You do that once in a while. You do
once in a while,
1 out of 20. You're not bad. Yeah, 1 out of 20. Not bad. Yeah.
Kurt said, "Don't let Goff throw against San Francisco defense. You better hand it off to DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, and Barry Sanders." This no contest Titans over Cards. Kenny, Kurt, and Carson double-digit win Titans over Cardinals.
That was a shocker.
Dead wrong on that one. I said the Seahawks won't score over 20, and they handed it to the Colts. Those were our highs and lows from NFL Week 1.
Very good.
Kurt, we'll do NFL, and then we'll get our special little wagers in at the end of the show.
All right, so we got to get this quick because we got 21 minutes, and we got a bunch of games. So let's start with tonight. Obviously, a lot of people on the panel are Giant fans. Giants are a 3.5-point underdog. I'm going to start this with Carson.
I mentioned this earlier. Kenny Galladay was shaken up in training camp, did okay last week, but you're going to see an unleashed Kenny Galladay, number one receiver for my Lions, and he's going to have a breakout game. Washington, they get a good defense. Big fan of Antonio Gibson. I know Marty's a big Washington guy, but I got to go to the Giants here. I got to represent the people on the panel. I'm going to go Giants. I think Daniel Jones versus Heineke, I think his name is, backup quarterback for Washington.
That's right.
I'm going to go Giants here. I'm going to go Giants.
All right. I think it's going to be a great game, close game. I think the Giants are both teams. I mean, I'm not going to say playing for their lives. That's stupid to say. Eddie Murphy saying defense will have a great game because obviously it's only game 2. But I'm going to go Washington squeaks it out by 3. So I am going to take the Giants plus the 3.5, but I think the Redskins win by 3. Sis.
Same thing. Giants with the points.
Giants with the points. Paul.
Same thing. Giants with the points.
And Kenny.
I gotta echo my other Giant counterparts here. 3.5. The game's going to be a field goal game either way. It's going to be a hard-fought victory by whoever wins the game. So you give me that 3.5, I'm taking it all day.
Okay. Interesting game tonight. Washington Amari saying wins. All right, going to Sunday's docket. The Cincinnati Bengals, the 1-0 Bengals, go over to Chicago. And I will start this one because you guys have over-unders. I think by the second series, the Bears fans will be cheering for Justin Fields, and they're going to want Justin Fields. Andy Dalton against Joe Burrow. You know what? I don't like teams on the road, but I am going to take the Bengals. Bengals impressed me last week, and I'm going to take the Bengals in an upset. So I'll take the 1.5 with Cincinnati. Sis.
I'm on your boat. 1.5. I'll go with them.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals here. Bears obviously don't like them because they're in my division, but Joe Burrow was good. Happy to see him, that he's healthy and throwing the ball well again after he took a scary fall last season. Barely squeaked by the Vikings, but yeah, going back to the NFC North again with the Bears. So I'm going to go Bengals again.
Kenny.
With you guys, for the other reason, I want the Bears to lose as well. Get us that is closer to a top 5, top 10 pick next year with that Bears pick. And I'll tell you this right now, real quick. Bears lose to the Bengals, though. I'm taking the Bengals to win. The Bears lose to the Bengals. They may not win 4 games this year.
That's good.
I'm going to take the Bengals because I want them to lose. So I'm going to take the Bengals in this game because I want the Bears to lose.
Paul.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals also. I think they're going to make Andy Dalton forget he ever played with the Bengals. As Kenny said, I want the Bears to lose as many games as possible for the high pick also. So it's hopefully going to be a Bengals afternoon there.
All right, we'll move over to when's the last time the Cleveland Browns have been 12.5-point favorites? My God.
Wow.
Houston Texans 1-0. Surprisingly, Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns 12.5. Sis.
Money line on Cleveland.
Okay, I 1,000% agree with you on that one. But if you, just for the record, would you give the 12 or take the 12.5?
Nah, that's tough. That's tough. I would probably lay it.
Okay. I'll go with Amari saying Browns. I agree with you, sis. This is a great money line, Browns. For the record, though, for the show, I can't lay 12.5 with them. I'm going to take Houston with the 12.5. But, again, just like you, sis, my number one bet would be Cleveland to win. Paul.
I went back and forth, but then I said, you know what? This may be Houston's only win last week. So I'm going to lay the 12.5 and take the Browns. I think they're going to, after coming off of that tough Kansas City loss, I think they're going to come out on Sunday and really hand it to the Texans. So I'm going to give the 12.5 and take Cleveland.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cleveland as well. 12.5. I just hate points in the NFL because everybody's so good, and anything can happen really. But I'm going to go with Browns. I think, I'm going to go with you guys. I think Texans lay the points 12.5, but I think the Browns win the game.
Okay. Kenny.
You know me, I like taking points, but not in this game. I'm going to give the points.
Wow, you never do
If
that.
the Texans would have lost to the Jaguars, this would have been a 15, 16-point spread. You're getting the Browns at home in the dog pound, home opener. Sign me up all day for a 14-point victory.
I can look it up for you.
I think it's 4. I had it 4.5.
Seahawks are home.
Yeah, Seahawks are at home. I had it.
It's a
Are you back?
I think. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
may have jumped ahead your schedule there. I just went first game I saw behind my back, Titans Seahawks.
Okay. Yeah, that's the game. Well, okay, Titans Seahawks, that's fine. Go ahead. You guys made your picks?
No, I just did Paul, so I'm going to go to Carson next.
Yeah, I'm going to echo Paul's words here. I think the Titans, a lot of people are high on them. I'm high on them, but Seahawks at home, that's a tough one to deal with. I think the Titans are going to go 0-2. I think they're a great team. They'll be in the playoffs, but Seahawks are going to get them.
Sis, you're up next.
Yep, 12th man at home. You're not beating them in their house. Seahawks.
I'm going to go 4 for 4. I'm going to go Seahawks, 12th man, but Titans couldn't stop the Cardinals offense. Titans ain't going to stop the Seahawks offense. So give me the 4.5 with the Seahawks. And Kurt, wrap up this one, and then you can take over.
I'm sweeping the board with you guys. I was very disappointed at Tennessee last week. Their defense. I just think Seattle runs the ball down their throat, so I will take Seattle also.
Okay, and
all
then
right.
you take over.
Yeah, the next game, I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. The next game are the Rams going to Indy. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite against the Colts. Carson, since it's your boy, let's start with it.
Rams all day, 3.5. Absolutely 3.5 with the Rams. Colts, disappointment. I think a lot of us were on the Colts, and then the Seahawks out of nowhere. Tyler Lockett had a great game, and then they beat the Colts. Little mini upset there. But I think the Rams, they're going to continue to be hot. Stafford, 300-plus yards. I think Rams all day here.
Okay. Kenny.
Eli Hilton's hurt. Is Michael Pittman and Zach Pascal going to scare you if you're the Rams secondary? It's not scaring me. So you're going to load the box up and stop Jonathan Taylor. And they're going to stop him. This is going to be a big road win for the Rams, easily by 7 points, in my opinion.
Okay, I agree. I agree with Carson and Kenny. I'm going to go Rams big. Big believer in Stafford with McVay. Defense is solid. I'm with you. Kenny. Sis.
Stafford slices them up. They'll win by about 21.
And Paul.
We'll make it a consensus. Rams.
Nice.
Everybody's on the Rams. All right. The disappointing Buffalo Bills travel to the 1-0 Miami Dolphins. Paul, I'll start this one with you. 3.5-point favorite Miami.
If this game was in December, I might pick the Dolphins, but I think right now I'm going to go with the Bills. I think coming off that loss is probably a wake-up call for them. And what Miami won against the Patriots, I think the Bills are going to go down there and sort of set the East, AFC East a little straight again. So I'm picking the Bills.
Sis.
Paul nailed it. Last week was a wake-up call. Buffalo's going down there with a chip on your shoulder. Josh Allen, look out.
Kenny.
Yeah, echo the words. I'm going to go Bills. They're desperate. They can't go 0-2 when they're supposed to be a contender for Super Bowl. A lot of people pick them for the Super Bowl. You can't go 0-2 because Miami will be 2-0. So must win.
All right. Will Cologne, Viva Los Bills, 7:30 on our network next, is saying Bills, LOL. I think Bills win, but I will take Miami plus the 3 points. I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to say Buffalo by 3, so I will take the points, but Buffalo does win. Carson.
Miami barely squeaked out a win against New England. Buffalo played a really good Steelers team. I think this is going to be a blowout by the first half. But Bills all day here, plus 3.5, absolutely. Yeah, Bills for sure. Josh Allen, the $258 million man, he's gonna show up here.
And Paul.
I picked the Bills.
Oh, you picked the Bills. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I picked the Bills.
Okay. Next game, this is for our boy Beelan. His New York Jets. Zach Wilson's home debut against the Belichick and the Patriots. The Jets are getting 5.5, Kenny.
I'm going to shock you here. I'm going to take the Jets with the points. Don't know if they're going to win, but I'm going to take that 5.5.
You're not shocking
Battle of
me.
the rookie quarterbacks. Battle of the rookie quarterbacks.
You're not
One of
shocking
them's
me.
going to get their first win.
You know what? You're not shocking me because I'm going with you, Kenny. I'm going to take the Jets. I don't know if they do get an outright upset. They could. Right now, I would lean towards New England beating them by 3, but I'm going to take the 5.5. Paul.
I'm going to take the 5.5. Mac Jones against Zach Wilson, rookie versus rookie. And with the crazy Jets fans out there, I think they come away with an outright win.
Okay.
So my prediction is an outright Jets win.
Carson.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a coin flip. You guys kind of nailed it on the head with the rookie quarterbacks. I'm going to go just because of coaching, Belichick, but this could be a coin flip either way. I'm going to go Patriots, though.
Okay. And Sis.
Not going against Mr. Belichick. Patriots.
All right. Sis is going with the coaching angle there. Smart.
Absolutely. Carson just nailed it.
Not a bad way. That's not a bad move.
That's the difference in this game.
This game I like. This next game, and I'll start it off. I think Phillies shocked a lot of people. Devontae Smith for Amari, great job, first touchdown. Hurts looked pretty good, but you're not facing Atlanta's defense this week. You're still facing San Fran. I know their running back got hurt, but they just plug and play in Shanahan's system. San Fran on the road. Again, don't trust them, but I think their defense, I just think they're a better team than Philly. So I will take San Fran -3 on the road over Philly. Kenny.
Down with you, Kurt. I'm going to just be quick on it. I'll say San Fran puts Philly. Philly's gonna show up. They're gonna play hard this year. I could see that, but I liked what I saw in the first week. But Philly's gonna not have enough for San Fran. San Fran barely covers the spread by like a 4 or 5 point victory.
Carson.
49ers defense had a little bit of a scare towards the end there by my Lions, and we nearly pulled off the greatest comeback ever, but fell short. So those defensive players in the 49ers are going to definitely be locked and loaded against the Eagles. They're not going to make that same mistake twice. I'm going to go 49ers all day here.
Paul.
I'm going to shock you guys as a Giant fan, but I know the 49ers have a couple of players on defense that are injured and will be out. And like you mentioned, Mostert is out. I'm going to take the points and take the birds, the dirty birds. So I'm taking the Eagles.
Sis.
49ers will have no answer from my boy. I'm going with Philly.
Woo!
Wow.
Sis is high on his Eagles this year. Hey, Sis, are you picking the Eagles or because you're picking them for Lynn Marie?
He must be in Lynn's doghouse. Lynn's
Yeah,
the Eagle.
yeah,
He must be
something's
in the
going on.
doghouse.
Again, I'm really realistic. I'm higher on the Eagles than I am with the Giants right now. We'll see tonight.
That's not good. That's not good. All
No,
right.
it's not.
We got the Saints, who probably had the shocker of the week, blowing out Green Bay. They go to Carolina. I'll start this one off. Carolina plus 3.5. I'm a fan of Carolina this year. Robbie Anderson, McCaffrey, Sam Darnold, Matt Rule, at home again, getting 3.5. I think they're going to beat the Saints outright. I think Green Bay just put up a stinker. I don't think the Saints are that good. I'm going to take Carolina in an outright upset against New Orleans. Kenny.
It's September here in New York and Maryland, and might snow because I'm on the same board with Kurt here in this game. This is going to be the game where you get the 3 interceptions from Jameis Winston.
Yep.
Any fantasy football fans out there, you might want to take Carolina's defense this week. Carolina, home underdog, outright victory. Take the points easy all day and money line them to it. They're going to outright upset them.
Sis.
Yeah, Jameis Winston comes back down to earth. Carolina all day.
Paul.
Yeah, I've seen Jameis too many times down here in Florida, and I don't believe in him. I was shocked about the game on Sunday, and I'm going with the Panthers. I'm taking the points, and I believe the Panthers will not only cover, but win the game outright.
Carson.
To shock you guys, I'm going to go with the Saints and go backwards here. I think Winston's going to have another insane game. You saw what he did against Green Bay. Green Bay's no joke. I've had to deal with them my whole entire life being in the same division. And you're going to see why Monday night Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. And it was either a fluke or the Saints defense is good, one of the two. But I think Jameis Winston's going to continue. I'm going to go both covering the spread and outright for New Orleans here.
Okay. My Denver Broncos are going to Jacksonville, Florida to play Jacksonville Jaguars. Denver is a 5.5-point favorite. Sis. Broncos.
One
Jaguars.
word. One word. Woodshed.
I hope that's in Denver's favor.
Yes.
Okay. Carson.
Yeah, Broncos easy here.
Kenny.
What my question to you is, when do the Broncos call off the dogs? The humidity in Jacksonville might be a little hot there for the Denver defense. They call the dogs off in the fourth? That's my question to you. I'm taking Denver, all joking aside. I'm taking Denver by double digits. Jacksonville is still showing you why they were 1-15 last year. So give me Denver, the defense, and Teddy Bridgewater, 2-0. Kurt's static, doing cartwheels next Wednesday.
Paul.
I think Mr. Lawrence is going to be meeting Mr. Miller a few times in the backfield on Sunday, and without a doubt, the Broncos giving the points.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think this is going to be a Denver, like, you know what, we're for real. We got a veteran team. Teddy Two Gloves will be ready to roll. And I just think the Denver defense harasses Lawrence. And I think Denver could put this away easy by 13-17. And I think my
Would
Broncos...
you call him Teddy Two Gloves?
Teddy Two Gloves. He wears two gloves. That's his nickname. Teddy Two Gloves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, he plays like that. He can wear 8 gloves.
Yeah,
So.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah, he had a good game last week.
He did. All right.
Yes, he did.
Talking about a good game, I will never pick this team on this panel again. I got sucked into the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins, what a joke. I'm not even going to get into this anymore, but I hope Arizona, just like Washington football Huskies who couldn't beat Montana, the Vikings lose at Cincinnati. I hope Arizona and Kyler Murray for my fantasy team lays it on them. I'm going Arizona. Carson.
Well, you crapped on my boy Kirk Cousins, Kurt.
I did.
I think the Cardinals I agree with you. We'll take care of the Vikings here. I think they're a big sleeper in the NFC this year. They're going to shock a lot of people. I'm going to go with the Cardinals for sure. I still love Kirk Cousins, though, being a Spartan dog.
Kenny.
Gotta go with the Cardinals here. I mean, look what they did to Tennessee. Now they get their home opener against a Minnesota team that struggled against a Bengal. They couldn't move the ball on the Bengals defense. Now they got J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones coming after Kirk Cousins. Here comes another 3-interception game. Take the Cardinals, 14-point victory.
Sis.
I'll go with Mr. Murray here. Easy.
Paul.
Yeah, that NFC West is going to be an amazing competitive division. You may have the last team in fourth place there with about 9 or 10 wins, but
Yep.
I'm going with the Cardinals also, like the rest of you guys.
All right, we got 4 games left, and this one...
We got 4 games left. We got to do them a little quick because we're on 7 o'clock. So
yeah, we got 4 games. We'll do this real
quick.
quick. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Lord help the Falcons defense. Sis, you can start this one off. 12.5 Tampa Bay at home versus Atlanta.
Yeah, lay the points all day long, Tampa Bay.
Carson.
Same with Sis. The GOAT, Tom Brady, 12.5 all day over Falcons
It's 12.5, but
at home.
this could be 28-0 quick. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. Paul.
Same thing. Give the points. Take the Bucks.
Kenny, you're not going to take Atlanta in this, are you, with the points?
No, but you know what? We're going to look back next week and say, Tampa won by 12. But no, I'm gonna take Tampa Bay here, covering the 12.5.
All right, moving on. Dallas Cowboys at the Chargers. It's 3.5 points now. I'll start this one off. You know how much I don't like Dak. But I'm telling you, I'm still not a believer in the Chargers. I know they won in Washington, but 3.5 for Dallas. Dallas does score. I can see Dallas with a backdoor cover. I'm going to take Dallas plus the 3.5, but the Chargers will win. Carson.
Yeah, I took the Cowboys against the Bucks last week, and they nearly beat the defending champs. I mean, you saw what Dak did against Buccaneers defense. They shocked me. Dak, I think we're going to see how he does later on towards the end of the year. I know we've said it all the time. It doesn't matter unless you can't perform in the postseason. But I think for now, Justin Herbert, a little shaky against Washington last week, so I'm going to go Cowboys here.
All right, Sis.
Chargers.
Paul.
DeMarcus Lawrence is out for 8 weeks. He broke his foot, but I'm going to wind up taking the Cowboys and taking the points.
And Kenny.
I'm with my friend Sis. Chargers. La'el Collins is also out for the Cowboys. Give me the Chargers here, and the Cowboys get off to a shaky 0-2 start as well, because they're not going to use Zeke the way they should.
All right. I totally agree with that. Now we get to the Sunday night game. Kansas City was down big, came back, obviously. Mahomes was Mahomes. By the way, Amari's taking Tampa in that. Mahomes does what Mahomes does. They go on the road to Baltimore. So it's Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Kansas City's a 3.5-point favorite. I'll start with Paul on this one.
Did some research on this. The Chiefs have beaten the Ravens the last 4 times. They've been very good against them. I'm going with the Chiefs and lay in the 3.5. I think they'll beat them.
Kenny.
I'm going to surprise you here. I'm going to take Baltimore. Back-to-back primetime games. Just can't see Gruden getting off to that slow of a start. He's known to get off to fast starts with his teams.
Who? Harbaugh?
Harbaugh?
Why did I say Gruden? Harbaugh. John Harbaugh usually gets his teams off to fast starts. And you got to watch out. You can't go 0-2, especially if the Steelers decide to go 2-0. So I'm going to go with the Ravens beating the Chiefs.
All right. Amari's taking the Chiefs. Sis.
No shock here. The Ravens with the points.
Okay. Carson.
Yeah, Browns took a scare to the Chiefs last week, and Ravens held their ground against the Raiders. But I think you're going to see classic Mahomes and Chiefs. I think they're going to roll over the Ravens here on the road.
I'm going with Carson. I'm not a fan, I tell you, of this is where Lamar is going to have to put up a lot of points. I don't know if he's going to be able to match Kansas City, so I'm going to go Kansas City. Paul, did I ask you this one yet or no?
Yeah,
okay.
I had the Chiefs.
You have the Chiefs. Okay, so 3-2
Yeah.
Chiefs. All right, Monday night. Oh, Lord, everybody get some candles for Carson, because what happened last week, listen, you know what's the statement when they say wrong place, wrong time? I just think Detroit is going to be walking into an atmosphere of Green Bay fans, an angry Aaron Rodgers, an angry Green Bay team. They just got embarrassed on national television. Carson will go last. I'm going to start with Sis. Green Bay laying 11.5.
Detroit easy with the points. Easy.
All right. Nice.
But Green Bay wins.
No, I'm going to say Detroit beats them.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm going out on a limb, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Kenny.
Nice, sis.
You're welcome. Let's go, Lions.
Kenny.
I was going to take Detroit with the points. I said it's going to be a close halftime game, and Aaron Rodgers will pull up his magic late. But you know what? If I'm taking the points, Carson, I'm going to take your Lions beating the Packers too.
All right, Kenny, let's go. Wow.
Oh, Kenny's taking the Lions straight out?
I'm taking Detroit with the points, and I said, I'm just because you said the Lions are going to win, I'm going to go with you, sis. The Lions are going to
Attaboy. Now you're cooking.
I don't know what you guys are smoking tonight
Or drinking.
or drinking, but
Yeah, we all know you're in love with Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, but I just look at it like
Surprise.
this: Aaron Rodgers
no
versus
surprise.
Jared Goff, just an angry Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, at home, national television.
You'll be surprised.
I think this is going to be a 24. Sorry, Carson, cover your ears. A 24-point victory for Green Bay in a blowout. Paul.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
terrible. That's
I
terrible.
agree, Kurt. I agree with you. Carson, I'm sorry to say, I think they're going to take it out on your poor Lions.
that's all good.
Paul's
Romans
jumping on it
versus-
because you want
We
to be
forgot
on the
one
show
game.
every week.
Yep, I know. I got to get Carson's pick.
I'm going now. Yeah, this is. I mean, it sucks because I have to defend the Lions, but it's the Lions for God's sakes. Jeff Okudah, recent news, out for the year with a torn Achilles. We took him 3 in the draft a few years ago. Not the best corner. It was had some shaky starts. Got yelled on the bench last week a bunch of times. Ragnow, our left tackle, is still injured. And yeah, this is incredibly tough. I mean, I absolutely hate that the Packers got blown out last week because now, like Kurt and Paul said, they're going to take it right on us. I try to be as realistic as I possibly can and try to avoid bias, but I think the Packers are just going to destroy us. I mean, I don't see any. I would be amazed if the Lions somehow pull this off. I don't see Aaron Rodgers going back-to-back games where he just looked awful. So I'm going to go Packers here. I hate to say it, but I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Sucks.
we forgot the Steelers Raiders.
Yeah, Steelers Raiders. My bad on that. Let's go to it. Kenny, you started off. It's a 5.5-point spread for the Steelers.
Steelers at home. Steelers are my sleeper team this year in that conference, and I'm going to go with them. I'm going to take the point. I'm going to give the points with the Steelers.
I'm with you, Kenny. I'm going to go Steelers at home. I think they showed how good they are last week, beating Buffalo in Buffalo. I will go Steelers too. Sis.
Moneyline Steelers, not laying any points in that game.
Okay. Smart. That's a smart bet, in my opinion. Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Pittsburgh here as well. I took them over Buffalo. I think they're legit. They're going to be right there in the AFC with the Bills and the Chiefs at the end of the season. So I'm going to go Steelers here.
Okay. And Paul.
Clean sweep. Steelers, give me the 5.5.
All right.
Real quick, I know we're late. We'll do this super fast. Paul, you got a best bet for this week in NFL or college for the audience?
Yeah, I would go. My best bet would be the Seahawks.
Seahawks? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll write that down. Carson's special bet each week is the money line bet. Carson's the money man, so his money line play of the week.
Yeah. Earlier was Virginia Tech, the underdog against West Virginia, so I got that one for you. Another one that I was looking at as well is SEC matchup. Georgia is having some quarterback issues. They don't know if JT Daniels is going to be back and healthy. 30 points against South Carolina. I'm going to go 30 with South Carolina. That's probably one of my best bets as well. I think it's going to be a close SEC matchup.
Okay. Sis, your lock of the week.
Cincinnati.
This is Cincinnati. My fraud of the week. The fraud is top 10 team that I don't think is going to cover. Penn State. I'm going with the outright upset, Kurt. You got your crazy parlay, or you want us to give us our parlays real quick?
Nope. I'm going to give you my crazy parlay. You ready?
All right.
Rams money line, Kansas City money line, Green Bay minus 11.5, Tampa Bay minus the 12.5, San Fran minus 3, Carolina Panthers money line, Auburn money line, and take the Gators plus the 14.5.
What was
Take
that pay,
the
Kurt?
14.5. I'm going to do it right now, guys. Give me a minute. I'm going to.
Okay, and then I got two more, and then I know
If Florida beats Bama, he can retire with that bet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kenny. I'm going to
25.
tell you what it's going to pay.
I know you got another bet, but I'm going to give you mine real quick. My outright upset is going to be Florida State over Wake Forest. I think they laid down to Jacksonville, and I think they come back against Wake Forest. My 3-team parlay is going to be later points with West Virginia, given 3. Northwestern over Duke, more physical team, given 2. And like Sis said, Cincy over Indiana, given 3.5.
My upset is Kansas State.
Underdog.
My upset is Kansas State +2. My 3-team parlay is West Virginia, Coastal Carolina, and Cincinnati.
We're close, Sis. We're close. So that definitely, that good minds think alike. Definitely bet West Virginia and Cincinnati for those people out
Kenny,
there.
real quick, an update on my 8-game parlay. $10 to win $2,235.01.
Wow.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
So
It's time for final thoughts, Kurt, because Giants are on soon.
all right, go ahead. Let's start with Paul being our guest speaker, our guest picker tonight.
Thank you guys for inviting me tonight. Had a great time. Listen, as we said yesterday, I think it's a must win in my mind. And even though it's only the second week of the season, but we've got to come out and really take it to the Washington and show that they are a team that is really ready for 2021. So my feeling is let's go out there, try and control the ball, and hopefully we can come up with a win tonight.
By the way, breaking news: Barkley is officially active tonight, so Barkley will be playing tonight.
Hey, he ain't getting no 25 carries. You can guarantee that.
No, Sis. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. You're busting my chops all night. I cannot wait to get you after Alabama beats Florida. That's my final thoughts.
I just told you they were going to beat Florida. You didn't listen to me.
No, you kept doing it.
Well, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Carson.
Yeah, again, shout out to Paul. Thanks for coming on the show with us. And yeah, Kenny Galladay. Remember that name. Huge,
Carson,
huge game tonight. Huge game.
Tell the audience where we can find you again.
Yeah, once again, if you guys like casino content, gambling content, I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 8:30 Eastern Time, Ticket Time, YT, and then on YouTube is Ticket Time. You guys can catch me Tuesdays and Thursdays for highlight videos over there as well.
Awesome.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, I'll give you the final words because my final words are going to be after Sis, after you sweat through, be prepared to watch 7:30 because that's going to be your biggest nightmare come November 27th. I'm calling it now. The best running back in the country gets it done Saturday night, and the best running game in the country in Jordan Hare on the 27th will be your first loss of Alabama. I'm calling it in September now, so I'm not called a homer then. Auburn beats Penn State.
My final thoughts.
Hold up, Kenny. Carson, he told me 5-6 years ago, maybe longer, when I told him Texas would beat USC.
Yeah.
He laughed at me.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. Well, at least Auburn's home, so that's the only thing he's got.
Yes, sir, Carson.
So.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple, Kurt. My first one's a quick hitter. Paul, is that a Cruz or a Shockey jersey?
It is it's an old time Shockey jersey.
That's, you know what? Next week I'll wear my white one. I got a white one.
Okay.
The second one is for those Giants. Kurt,
Yes,
listen in
sir.
action tonight. Coach Breslin.
Yeah.
Until later, we'll see. We'll get some fun with him. And my last one is this is the week for the wagering people out there. This is the week you want to start betting college football because now you've seen a few weeks. Now you get the reality. Things are more realistic. Pros, don't lay as much money. That's my advice. Don't lay as much money on the pro games just yet.
Agree.
Give it a couple more weeks. Find out who the contenders are and the pretenders. Mm-hmm. And that's my final word of the night.
All right, boys. Enjoy the football game. Good luck to your Giants.
Enjoy the games. Yep.
See
Sure, we'll
everybody
be
next
texting
week.
throughout the
Yeah, really.
Kenny will be texting me. I can't believe they're doing this. Yada yada yada. Same shit.
Sis, I'm just gonna say one thing. if you could put some, I mean, you got big arms and shoulders already, but
All right.
you might have to go help out Penn State when Tank Bigsby starts running Saturday night. That's all I'm going to say. So put a little thing in there you might have to help, because when you watch this kid run, you're going to be like, wow, that kid's
That's
ridiculous.
good. Oh, he's a great back. I'm not saying that. He's a great
Yeah,
back.
he's good.
You know.